Good morning, dear children. In the previous video of the chapter Nationalism in India, we have discussed about the non-cooperation movement. How non-cooperation movement started with the middle class participation. Teachers and students left government-controlled schools, headmasters resigned, then lawyers gave up their legal practices. In many states, council elections were boycotted, except in Madras, where the Justice Party decided to actively participate in council elections. Further, the result of the non-cooperation movement was foreign goods were boycotted and liquor shops picketed, and people started to not to cooperate the government. Now, the effect of the movement in the countryside, especially in Awadh. Awadh means Uttar Pradesh. Here, the movement was against the talukadars. Who were talukadars? Landlords. They were practicing begar and taking the exorbitant rates of revenue. So that is why the movement here for the peasants of Awadh against the talukadar. There were three demands of them. Abolition of begar. Begar means bonded labor, work without wages. So these were the demands of peasants of Awadh. Abolition of begar, reduction of revenue. Revenue means taxes. Then social boycott of oppressive landlords in the form of Nai Dhobi, Band Andolan. Got the point? Here, Jawaharlal Nehru toured the villages of Awadh and set up Awadh Kisan Sabha. In a single month of that particular year, more than 300 branches of Awadh Kisan Sabha were set up in different parts of Awadh. Ultimately, what was their aim? To protest the policy of the landlords or talukadar. Got the points? Again, here the movement got violent when many of the peasants burned the houses of talukadar, the grains were looted, and many more. Ultimately, now we come to the story of tribal peasants in the Gudem hills of Andhra Pradesh, where Alluri Sitaram Raju was there. Here the message of Gandhi was delivered by Raju, that Raju gave suggestions to the members of tribal peasants that to give up the drinking and other habits which were not in the favor of the tribal peasants. He was the incarnation of God. He can heal the people and he has a miracle power. So he interpreted the message of Gandhi in the form that the Gandhi Raj has come, and instead of non-violence, he took the message of Gandhi as a violence. Ultimately, he was caught and hanged. Then the movement in the plantations, Swaraj in the plantations. Here the workers in the plantation were not allowed to leave the tea gardens without the prior permission of the plantation owners. There was a law which was made in 1859, that was Inland Emigration Act. According to this law, the tribal peasants or the people who were working in the plantation were not allowed to leave the tea gardens. When they listened about the Gandhi Raj or the Swaraj movement or non-cooperation movement, they fled from the plantations, were caught, but ultimately it was successful. Then we come to the story of in February 1922, when the movement started to get violent. Earlier in the Awadh by the peasants, then Gudem Hills of Andhra Pradesh, and the inland emigration in the tribal Gudem in the plantation workers. Now, in February 1922, ultimately Gandhi ji called off the movement. यहाँ गांधी जी ने movement बंद कर दिया because the movement was getting violent at Chauri Chaura, when 22 policemen were attacked and police stations were fired. Then here the C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru made the Swaraj party, and they decided, Congress and both of them decided to return into the council politics. Then in 1928, Simon Commission arrived in India for the constitutional reform. All the 6 members of Simon Commission were British. There was no Indian member included, so that is why Congress and leaders of Congress boycotted the Simon Commission with the slogan "Go back Simon" or "Simon, go back." Then in 1929, Lahore Congress session was held under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, in which it was decided that Poon Swaraj or complete independence will be the goal of Congress, and 26 January 1930 will be celebrated as Independence Day. So this is one of the most important congregation of Lahore congregation of Congress Party. Then earlier Gandhi was already in the mood to launch a nationwide, a full-fledged civil disobedience movement. He gave ultimatum to Lord Irwin about the starting of the civil disobedience movement, in which he put 11 demands before Irwin that till 11 March, if Irwin is not willing to accept the demand of the peasants, especially the demands were some of specific and some were general. So Irwin was unwilling to accept the demand of Gandhi. Then Gandhi on 12th March he launched his famous Salt March. Salt is a thing which is used by rich and poor alike, and imposing tax on salt was one of the most oppressive phase of the British. Here Gandhi wanted to show Indians about the most oppressive phase of British to Indians. So he launched the Salt March from his ashram Sabarmati to coastal town of Dandi. Total distance was 240 kilometers. The Satyagrahis has to pass 10 kilometers per day. Ultimately the march was completed on 6 April, and here Gandhiji violated the salt law by picking a handful of salt and by making salt. After the civil disobedience movement throughout the country, people broke the British government's laws not to pay the revenue taxes, not to pay the chokidari taxes. Then movement get violent when Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested in Peshawar. So the people in Peshawar, streets of Peshawar, they boycotted the British policies. So people were here harassed and beaten and put into jail. Again Gandhiji, in that such condition, when the movement was getting violent, Gandhiji decided to call off the civil disobedience movement. Here Irwin also wanted to call off the movement and agree Gandhiji to participate in the second round table conference. When Gandhi went to England to attend the second round table conferences, and here Irwin promised that all the political prisoners were released from the jail. When Gandhi went to England, again here the cycle of repression started. Many of the top Congress leaders were put into jail. When Gandhi returned disappointed from second round table conference, because here the B.R. Ambedkar was adamant for the demand of separate electorate. So Gandhi returned disappointed, and again he decided to launch the civil disobedience movement. But till that the movement lost its momentum. Then we come to what was the reaction of the different classes in the movement. First of all, the role of the peasants, the Jats of Uttar Pradesh and Patidar of Gujarat. They were enthusiastically supporters of civil disobedience movement. Earlier it was first launched. When the movement was called off, their enthusiasm came to an end and they did not participate. Later the role of women, role of business classes and role of women. It was the first movement in which the women participated. When the march was passed, many of the women of this family came here out of their homes and they participated in the movement. For the point, then role of business classes. Business classes participate in the movement. Here the Ghanshyam Das Birla, Seth Purushottam Das, Thakur Das, and many more business classes, they wanted protection against the private property, and taxes there should be import duty on the different kinds of goods which are coming into India. They wanted to protection against the rupee sterling ratio as well as. So that is why they were impressed by the Gandhi's movement, and they did not deal in the import of foreign goods. Got the point? Then Dalit participation. Dalit participation was limited in the CDM, which we have discussed already. Then the story of Pune Pact between Ambedkar and Gandhi, and the role of Muslims. Some of the Muslim political leaders were lukewarm in their response to the CDM, which we have discussed. I think all the important points of this chapter has been discussed, and you have very well understood about the story of the chapter Nationalism in India. Have a nice day. Okay.